Hey all listeners, this is just gonna be a short introduction to the next challenge run we're gonna do. So now we have a clear file here for the ninja run and stuff like that. Now there are certain runs that we're not gonna keep, of course. Eventually I will need to go into the files and see okay, like which one are worth keeping, like which files are actually the same, like is this the same version as this and stuff like that, but this is just this with more percentage is the question, right? Is the any percent file, is the infinity like the same version as the any percent file? Alright, or is this, for example, is this Sonosis question mark, is that the other version of this? But this is just when, but those that is with lower percentage, so you know. Right, but so do we do the night run first? Yeah, probably, because it would take too long otherwise, so night. So I'm gonna fight Draken in a different way because, and I also tried that when you go up here, by the way, if we go and check the doctor again, I also thought that these things here, the whole Dark Shield, Firebrand, Faded Lair, Moonrod, Hot Refresh, Steel Rod, Sunglasses, Power of Sire. But shouldn't you be able to do that then in the PlayStation version? Like the Maria trick that you can do in the Saturn version. Because you have quick save that you can do. Right. Because normally what you do, right, is you get Maria to the first save, right? Then you save into one slot. Or whatever, right? And then you start a new file. You start a new file. We do a different stat now, we will not do the Holy Watt strat. Oh, that was bad. Fighting dogs good way. Whip him once. Oh, Richter is there. I don't care about the damage, because I don't care about my thirst. We did it. Is this a glitch? I'm curious what happens. 0 hearts. As we got in the last hit, we got the thing. So does this mess up his stats? Does he only start with 70? Yes, he does. And he only starts with 10 hearts. But is he low card? Is the question. Is he low card? Are you low card? Winner color, let that be the whatever it is. So we had the potion with overnight, a nitrogen bomb. Or neutron bomb rather. We're all allowed to use, of course, the stuff that we have here first. Because yeah, we don't have any relics right now. Because you can see you have like quick save as a thing that you can do. But we did it. Right, what I actually did was I just went like that. That you're not supposed to do the backdash, you're supposed to time it to do the death skip. You just need to time it, and then you can get to keep all the gear. But again, our cloak isn't gonna matter really, and we're not gonna allow us to use this, so we're gonna have to, gonna have to use the short sword. We will replace the Alcocida and Dragon stuff eventually, not immediately though. Do a save here. So yeah, that trick still works, that skip still works. And stuff that. And the thing is that I always thought that, oh, you have to backdash in order to do it, but you actually have to time. You basically time your transition to. So basically you backdash in and then you. But that was what I did, right? Otherwise we can use it in the recording what I did. But then it won't be a full black video or whatever, right? Because this will just be short and stuff like that. So yeah. And I believe, yeah, they don't spawn yet. You have to do a certain thing before it spawns, but yeah. And I mean, these aren't technically night enemies, as I've said, and stuff like that, but yeah. There are some things we will also get though, but yeah, but we will need to, of course, be able to do more damage and stuff like that, so we will need to farm basically pretty much all the night enemies we come across. And stuff like that. And I don't know if there is going to be a way to make it so that we know that what stuff we are allowed to use. Like, do I just pick up something and then just move it down to the very, very bottom, right? The stuff that we cannot use and stuff like that, because we might need reminders what we are allowed to use, and stuff like that. So yeah. Max healths are probably going to be good. Not every max health though, because we're not going to go in the night run. We probably won't defeat all the bosses. We will just do almost like an 90%, I think. So yeah, I will allow the Twilight Cloak though, because just for the looks and stuff like that. So yeah. Oops. Yeah, the night we won't allow ourselves to use the dagger, by the way, or the knife. So yeah. But yeah, because basically every drop has to come from a thing, from a night, and I didn't want us to allow the use of the the thing. So we're gonna need to kill knight for in axe drop. There is of course a later axe drop that we could go for and stuff that, but this is the best place for now to do the axe grind thing. And the reason why we're doing this, like why we're wearing all of this gear here, basically is just because yeah, we're doing all of it, of course, because we need to get an axe, and the axe is not that low of a drop rate. Like the axe is not that bad. What is a lucky? Oh, lucky save. And I mean, this gives you pretty good XP as well, so is pretty good. But this is specifically like everything that you pick up you won't be allowed to use. Right. I did allow the short sword because that just makes sense that, you know, like you're not a knight that are gonna be using like, you know. I think you might say, oh, it makes sense that you would use Bastard Sword or whatever, right? No, but everything is gonna have to come from something that has like knight in the description and stuff like that. Right, and obviously if you don't get the drop, by the way, if we don't get the drop at all, then, you know, like, we might spend a really long time here. I forgot what the other drop is that they do have and stuff like that, what the other drop counts as being. I think it might be an armor, I'm pretty certain, right? Because, or maybe it's a shield. I don't think there is a shield from these. I know that all enemies that have 2 drops always have 2 drops. There isn't like an enemy that is, oh, like this only has 1 drop or whatever, right? We are gonna get quite a few levels here actually. Because these will give you levels for a long time and stuff like that. So that's also very good because that means that, okay, that the enemies that we will actually grind will only be knight enemies, that we're not allowed to grind anything else pretty much, you know. We're only allowed to kill them on like the way in and out basically pretty much. Unless we go backtrack to an area, but we aren't gonna like do too much backtracking and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, so we need axe pretty much. Is what we're gonna need. You might say, oh, but you farm the axe from the little ones, right? But I want to see what the other drop is as well, if we can get it. So yeah. And I do remember being able to use it before, but then they said that they patched it out so that you couldn't do the death skip anymore. But apparently you still can. It's just that it's probably harder to do now. That you need to, I don't know if you need it to be framed perfectly with exiting the room, because you cannot press backwards immediately, and if you just hold back then you won't get it. You need to press back on a certain correct frame. That's what I feel like it needs to be, at least that you need to do basically. Now will there be spells that I will allow? Maybe. I don't know, we will see. I said again that sword card made sense, but it might not make sense, it depends on certain things. Yeah, because this is the first night enemy. The next night enemy will of course be where the doppelganger is. It's the main problem, like that's pretty far away still. And we won't go for spirit orb, by the way, not yet anyway. Stuff that, so I don't get a bunch of extra XP just from having to get the spirit orb. That's the thing, right? So yeah. Here's the axe. There's the axe. That means that we could finish at that point. For how much long do we? Okay, we haven't recorded that long. I am still gonna try and go for the second drop. I think the second drop might only be a potion though from them. Right, or something like that, like maybe it's a potion drop, use the second thing. But yeah, but we do have the axe sub-weapon now, which is pretty good. And right then, once you get the axe sub-weapon, this will be the only real sub-weapon. I don't think there's any one of them that drops another sub-weapon. The axe is the only like droppable sub-weapon. But it's a bit weird, right? It would have been cool if there would have been an enemy that also like dropped the cross or like certain other things, right? Or that a certain enemy would drop the knife. Just a few more kills. Because we're level 5. It's not that great, 248 to 242, so yeah. 242 to 236, so we're still getting quite a bit of XP here and stuff like that, so yeah. No, I don't remember what their other drop is, if it's just potions, because that might be the case. I keep in mind the only reason that I'm keeping all of the gear on is just because of the fact that we don't have any issues to make this grind go faster. That's the main reason, because we're gonna remove it once we get into the boss room. We're gonna remove all the other stuff, pretty much. Because right now, as it looks, we don't have the Alucard Shield, we don't have the Dragon Helm, we don't have the Alucard Mail, we don't have the Necklace of EA, we only have the Twilight Cloak. Even though you might say, oh, they don't use any cloak at all, but it's just, you know, so. So yeah, few more kills. We're just gonna go for one more level, basically, pretty much. We're just going for the next level. Now, of course, if they drop whatever the second drop is, if they, for example, if they drop potion and that's the second drop, then you know we will stop at that point. Big heart is nice though. That can't be a second drop, by the way. That does not count as the second drop. So yeah, I think that it might be potion though. That's the second drop. I'm pretty certain that the axe is the common drop though. But yeah, and the other Axe Lord, of course, or the other Axe Knight armor is the one that can drop the Axe Shield, which is very, very good, by the way. But there's quite a lot more kills that we need though. So yeah. I don't know how far we will go in this episode, but this night episode we're probably not gonna upload today. We're just probably gonna save this, you know, and stuff like that. Okay. That is getting a bit annoying. I mean, it's not really annoying, it's very, very quick farm, basically, and stuff like that, so yeah. And I mean, that means that we will be level 6, and we will have a little bit better luck. We only have 10 luck, which is the main problem, really. Our luck stat is not that great. We do have 63 as the heart maximum, which is pretty decent. Yeah, night run. I mean, a night run is interesting, you know, and stuff like that, because of the fact that, oh yeah, you have to kill knights to get the gear. Basically, you're basically a knight that comes in like almost completely like ungeared or whatever, right? Like, and of course, like, yes, you could do this grind without wearing any of the stuff that you have, but then you would need way more slashes than these, basically. And then imagine if I take off all the armor and then I die to the spells in the next room. How many kills more? Yeah, we can get... I don't know how many more kills that is. Yeah, that's probably 2 more passes used. There's gonna be 2 more passes, I think, specifically. Okay. So that means we remove that. We don't have the Height Grace, we don't have the Dragon Helm, we don't have the Necklace of EA, and we don't have that. And we don't have the Alucard Shield. So now we're down to 7 in defense. Of course, we would have 0 defense otherwise with the thing. And we don't have a shield, which is really pretty bad, by the way. Pretty bad not to have a shield. Let's just wait here. I'm not gonna bother with spell bones and stuff like that, so yeah. And of course, once we get the axe, by the way, we can use, we are allowed to pick up, of course, other axes, or basically, we're only allowed to pick up axes, basically, so we need to be careful with what candles we break. Because I will force like a quit, basically, like just quit if we, if that happens, but yeah. Nice. But that used up all of our stuff. And now, his cloak got burned, that's what happened. Alucard's cloak got burned. And he's like, what? My cloak got burned? Oh, shit, oats. And yeah, that's the only fight that I allowed to use that, because I knew that we were gonna need to go all out DPS there. So of course I won't allow the Basilard and stuff like that, because all the gear now is gonna have to come from knights. And there are other things that we're gonna have to skip. Use certain counters basically, because yeah. We do have like a short sword, but we only have like an axe otherwise. A short sword and an axe that requires hearts to use. So our damage is not that great, because the short sword again is not very good. 3 slashes used for them is good. Again, we won't be allowed to buy stuff in the shop unless we get the Yule open, because I don't think there's going to be other way we get into the caverns unless we can do certain glitches. Because I don't know how to do the spell glitch. If it's just you pause on a certain frame or whatever, and then you cast a spell and then you go for a certain whatever, right? I said that I was gonna save and quit if that happens, if I picked up on my mistake, but as long as you get the axe back, I'm gonna allow it and stuff like that, because you know. Because otherwise it would be stupid if we get hit into something, you know, and stuff like that, so yeah. I'm gonna avoid trying to backdash really, because that doesn't feel like something that you would do. That's a nice. Okay. And there's the knife, there's that. But yeah, we're skipping the thing down there, we're skipping Split Orb. Ugh. How much longer? Okay. We will probably make this a full pot then. Let's get that, and let's get that. And now it does remain open at least, so yeah. But yeah, listening to the dialogue there is actually bad, because then it closes again. So yeah. So the next night enemy, as I've said, is gonna be the one that's only out of wall. And of course the Armor Knight, which is the purple one, that won't count. Because it did not say knight in the description. And I don't think it does that in any version, because it needs to say with the knight in the description, except for the Vandal Sword of course, because the Vandal Sword is just the undead version. But we probably won't grind Holy Sword anyway, right? And stuff like that, so yeah. This is the book. Okay, look at that run animation. Okay, 67 hearts is the maximum. Yeah, actually, let's use the analog stick instead. Sometimes the analog stick is nice to use for a while instead. Even though sometimes it can be a lot more imprecise. Sometimes. Now let's use it. What heart? Nice, Brian of Tart. Oh. And here is a stat, by the way, you can use two axes is enough to clear the stone roses. So just go close enough to them, and and you won't get stoned, and then you just hit them with the axes. And the axe hitbox kind of lingers, so you can actually multi-hit with the axe, which is nice. I thought about backdashing there, but I'm not going to. The bomb. Circon. I would like to kill this guy though, even though he won't have a drop. Okay. That is just for the pot roast. I'm not going to go down and get the evil knuckle. But we are going to have to go down here and get the knife. But we get $100 reduced there. And we get one there. And yeah, we need to be careful actually. We don't want to die here. That would be really bad. Now, of course, the healing items I will allow basically because I don't think there is a single night that gives you the healing items. Right, so let's use that. I need to be careful again of the Medusa heads. I need to remember that the Medusa heads do a lot of damage if you actually get hit by them. Oh. Okay. It gets a bit scary because, we know how much damage they deal. Okay, well, let's just wait here. There we go. Will we allow wolf form for movement? No, probably not. So we can probably not reach that yet. I'm scared though, because I know that they deal a lot of damage and they might do the charge move and then we might actually die from that. So, turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Is that full health? Yes, it is. Please stop the shield, please. Do we allow the grind? Though is the question. Yes, let's do the grind. Let's do the grind. So Dragon Helm, Alucard Mail, Twilight Cloak, Necklace of Yay. Like you might say, oh, you slap on like Alucard sword or whatever, right? Or whatever, right? But yeah, so the goal is just to, grind for the stuff that we can. And this guy can drop axe, and he can drop the axe shield. And stuff that I think he's the only one of the knights that drops shield. I think that someone might drop the knight shield as well, but this shield will technically be better. Now you can of course grind at a later place if we need to. But yeah, they die in 3 hit comparison. So yeah, and these again can give you pretty good XP here and stuff that. So they 391 into how much? 341. So that's gonna be big levels very quickly. And we have 13 luck. So I mean we are a knight. So it is that we will allow the gear when we need to grind from an enemy used, so it goes quicker and stuff that. Because the thing is that it's not like the challenging part for the gameplay or whatever, right? And here's the thing, that if we don't get the shield, then the next proper time we can get a shield, I think it's from the Sword Lord. We need to really get a catalyst though from the Sword Lord location and stuff that. But yeah, you might say, oh, but just wait until you have double jump, because once you have double jump, you can just go through the other way. Once you get the double jump. Yes, I don't know how long we're gonna grind here, by the way. Because yeah, in worst cases we just grind until we run out of time, basically. and then we will need to continue grinding in the next one. Because we are basically guaranteed that we're gonna need the Axe Knight Shield and stuff like that, because of course we need to get drops from enemies and stuff like that, and you know, like once we get this we will just remove all the other stuff again, except because we will be allowed to use an Axe Knight Shield. So that the fact that you are required to basically beat up certain knights to get their stuff. And remember that the ball and chain guy, he counts as being a knight as well. So you could technically have gone the forbidden route and grind the guy in there. And that guy is in the early part of the forbidden route, if I remember correctly, right? That he's in the almost like the first screen of it, so you could technically go and kill him over and over. But I think the only thing he drops is the iron ball. I forgot what his other drop is, but I think he only really drops iron balls. So unless you want to farm more iron balls, they're not worth doing. Then I do remember there have been runs that I've done that have not been luck mode, that have gotten like the Knight Shield there on the first kill or whatever, right? But you know. And technically the other place is better, the one with the lion, because basically gets a keep. Because there's a lot more of these. I didn't mean to backdash there. That was my bad. Now I don't know how quickly the stat from these gets worse, or how quickly basically they start giving low XP. So 492 into 470, that's still very, very decent XP. And I mean that's just because they're in Castle Keep, that's why. So yeah, the fact that we're only allowed to use like stuff from the knights and stuff, that actually makes the thing very, very interesting, because that definitely makes gear and more make sense, right? Because if you would have during the ninja run, if you would say, oh, we can only get it from enemies that are ninjas and stuff like that, and how many enemies in the game would you call to be ninjas, you know, and stuff like that. But I mean, like, okay, you could block it then, or since we can do as, you know, like a night challenge, you could technically make like a skeleton challenge, like, oh, all the stuff that are from skeletons, and then all the enemies that are called, like, quote-unquote skeleton in the description, by the way, and stuff like that, and it clearly says, like, for example, like bone sling skeleton, this type of skeleton and stuff like that, you know, like, there's a lot of enemies that are skeletons. But the skeletons generally don't have very, very good weapons. But we know that the normal skeleton, of course, has the Terminus East. So we know with the second cancel, at least we can get the Terminus East and stuff like that. And yeah, I need to pay attention also, so in case we see the thing, by the way. So how much longer? Okay, we can still record for a pretty long time, so yes. No shield yet. I'm just double checking so that we haven't picked it up by mistake. Tart. Strawberry. Goddamn strawberry tarts. Right, so yeah, I'm starting with this kind of better. It is the attack. So the attack, by the way, if we would get hit by that without armor, that would do a lot of damage to us. At one point, of course, once we reach certain levels, so we have now 636 here. 622, so now you see we're very, very quickly losing the XP value here. I mean, the XP is still great, but still. I mean, it may take a really, really long time for us to get the shield. and stuff like that, and it might be worth to grind for later because, you know, although I don't know how quickly we can kill the doppelganger with just a short sword. The main problem though is that we would have no armor on the doppelganger fight, and we did use one of our healing items. We only have the pot rolls, 2 potions and 1 tart left. And stuff like that, and we don't have a shield either. Although shield would be kind of useless against Alucard. We could of course just manipulate the guy, manipulate the... I'm just gonna backdash here. Just to make it go faster. I forgot what the drop rate is for the shield, by the way. I know it's not that high, the drop rate. And we could of course skip the library entirely and stuff like that, and just go into the, you know, go into the thing to get the mist, go into Colosseum early, stuff like that, and get the warp there as well. Right, and the thing is also that we're gonna not allow to use bat really that much. Because, you know, like a knight doesn't transform into wolf and stuff like that, so, you know. I will use wolf form only to get for certain like movement things, right? Like I want like move around with wolf, otherwise I will just use it when we're doing the trick with it, you know, and stuff like that. Same thing with the bat. I only use the bat if we need to use it to get something else. But once we get the double jump and the whole gravity boot combo, then let's use double jump and gravity boots after that. It's gonna make some sections a bit annoying. Okay, so 10, 14. Okay, so that means that they give 14 experience each time. Meaning 114 10 kills. And since there's 2 in each room, then that just means 5 passes is 10 kills. So it's not that bad, right? When you consider it that way. Now I don't remember what the drop rate is on the Night Shield. I know the Night Shield can be pretty rare and stuff like that, but of course, if you, like, the more levels you are, of course, the higher the chance for it to be, really, because the luck really matters and stuff like that, so yeah. You might say, oh, but there will be no cloak that you will allow, pretty much, you know. There we go, Axe Lord shield. Favorite shield of Axe Lords. And that gives us 4 defense. Yeah, that did 10 damage with that setup, and that's what with a bunch more levels basically. So that would have been a lot more damage, especially without the Axe Lord shield. Because that would have been more than 14 damage, by the way. Especially with the level that we were before and stuff, that's, yeah. So now we have the Axe Lord shield. Alright, so we've gotten all the drops from him and stuff like that, and that's pretty good. Now, of course, the Alucard shield is only 2 defense better and stuff like that, but yeah. But this, of course, means that we're very limited in the armor that we can use, because it needs to be an armor that actually drops by an actual knight-style enemy. And yes, I know that the cutlass is going to be a big upgrade, by the way, but we would need to grind it, of course. You silly bugger! I forgot that you need to do that in order to do the manipulation. Okay, so we will allow the picking up of the gladius, but we won't allow the gladius to use because, you know, it has nothing to do with knights. Again, we're gonna skip the library for now. And of course, this doesn't say knight on these enemies either. Yeah, there's one more of those there. Yeah. And like the Sword Lord is not in that many locations, by the way, so yeah, so that is something we do want to make sure that we go get this teleported home here. Because eventually we are gonna need to go back to Alchemy Lab. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, this is a bit scary. He did not drop it. And when I say that we are allowed to use the wolf to get to certain things, then that will only be like if we will only allow the wolf to be used, for example, in order to do certain specific movement things, but that doesn't mean that, oh, you're allowed to use these to reach that garnet location, for example. That's not how it will work. And stuff that, like, oh, we need this to get into Colosseum early, you're allowed to do that, for example. But you're not allowed to, like, transform into wolf and then do that jump, you know, and stuff that. You know, so yeah. Now, it would of course be nice to know our damage and stuff that, because, you know, that would be nice thing to know. Right, so he doesn't have that much health and stuff that, but see, that's the guy that you would have to kill over and over until you get the good drop, so yeah. So now we have Solo Wolf. That means we're going down. And normally I would say we would get Jewel of Open, but we're not going to. So then we go through here again. Oh, we got the gargoyle form, or the big form. Oh wow, we're getting unlucky here. Maybe we're going too close to it and we could use to do it from a distance, but also there are only 2 ones. And the next night enemy, by the way, aside from those, but because there is still quite a few knight enemies, like the bomb knight, the rock throwing knight or knight style enemies, of course. The Sword Lord is a knight, of course. Stuff that I need to remember also the names of certain enemies and stuff that, you know. Right, but was it that you quick save with Alucard? Was that the case that you quick save with Maria or whatever, right? Or was it just, oh, you just reached the first save or whatever, right? I forgot exactly what it was, what the setup was. Or if the setup is, oh, you move the save file, you move, like you copy the file or whatever to a certain location. Right, so it's L1, I think. Is the transformation. So boom. No. Okay, why are you not working? Hitboxes, man. Now I would normally say that this sword here coming up, I would allow to use and stuff that, but you know. Yeah, you cannot guard against boomerangs, they are not a normal projectile. Yeah, this is really bad. I don't think the sword can kill us, but we better get through the wall quickly. I don't think there was a health max up here. So East, into Onyx, into Broadsword. So Broadsword would be a big upgrade of course, because Broadsword would be up to turn 7 simple mercenary sword. And Broadsword, again, as I've said before, would be something that would make sense that you would be allowed to use. But yeah, yeah, let's just go. And the main thing to do this is to get the mist right and stuff like that, but I don't think that we're going to be able to slay Minotaur and Werewolf with use this. And there is a knight here. There is a knight, there's both the Valhalla Knight, there's the Valhalla Knight, there's the regular, like, where we could have grinded this shield for. We can also kill these, except they are not knights. You might say, oh, I kill these, for example, and stuff that, like, there's no point. And that is true, for example, there's no reason to really kill these. But it will at least be for some extra XP, because this is not a grind, by the way. Because we're technically going for the Blood Cloak, even though we won't allow the Blood Cloak. Because I don't think there's anything that has like a knight description. Whatever, like, yeah, converts damage into hearts. How much longer can we record? Okay. So, yeah, so the night run. The night run is interesting, by the way. So, yeah. I mean, this is definitely going to be a challenge because it's just like, okay, like, I mean, though I will allow again to use the better stuff to make the grind quicker and stuff that. It's a good pass. Okay, so that's really bad. I'm gonna use the cheap strat here. Blarg, 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 blarg. Oh, first time I ever died to that enemy. How stupid here. I could have used, like, avoided the enemies, I could have used jump through them. Okay, we're gonna skip the enemies here. Actually, we're gonna try to go the other way. We're gonna try to go the other way, actually. So it's gonna be up here at night. Because I'm not allowed to use the gear, by the way, because those are not night enemies. As soon as I encounter a night enemy, I'm allowed to switch to the gear, even if we're not grinding them, by the way. You might say, oh, but that would make things cheap and stuff like that. Like, I didn't change into the night enemy there against that sword lord, because that was basically because I forgot about it, you know, and stuff like that. It wasn't any other reason. So in here we will be allowed to use the things, so Dragon Helm, Alucard Shield, Alucard Mail, Twilight Cloak, Necklace of Yay. And will I allow a better sword here? Yes, I will allow the broadsword. Let's allow the Alucard sword as well, used because this is a more dangerous grind, because the meaning of the grind is not that oh, it's gonna be hard to do the grind, because, you know, because here what you're grinding for is these guys. Because I wanna see their stock. I wanna see their stock on these guys. So they can drop their stock, and I forgot what the other drop is that they have. I think it might be another weapon. I think it might be a stock and claymore that they can drop. I'm pretty certain it's the claymore that they can drop. A stock and claymore. And I mean, either of those would be great. A so-called claymore. Either one of those would be absolutely fantastic. Because otherwise I'm gonna save with this gear, by the way. I'm gonna save like wearing this gear. Just because, you know, because then I know that we're doing a grind basically. Because otherwise if I just move everything, then I might think that, oh, we got everything we needed to get, you know, and stuff. That's, yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, if we do this grind with the short sword, it would just be so much slower. That's something, right, that I won't allow this in every grind, by the way. Eventually, once we're strong enough, we will need to do grinds with regular equipment and stuff like that. But we don't even have full regular equipment yet. And keep in mind that this is not the only grind we need to do. We also need to grind the all night and stuff like that. But keep in mind that we don't need to get both of the drops. We only need the S-stock or the claymore, not both. So once you get one of them, you can advance. Because both the S-stock and the claymore is a big upgrade, by the way, in terms of damage. You might say, oh, this is not the best. Because most of the areas that has the horses only has 2 of them anyway. And stuff that's the thing. Right, and we're at level 18 now. And I really like the pace of this run, right, because it will be like, oh, you might say, but oh, it's a really slow run because you need all of this gear. But then once we have all of the gear, we can just go and kill the bosses we need to do the thing. But then, yes, we will need bike brake on this as well, you know, and stuff like that. Or maybe we won't need bike brake, and we will need bike brake here. Because I won't do that trick there to skip the thing. Maybe we will see. Depends on how long certain things take to do. What's on here? Okay. So we're soon at the 5 minutes left. I mean, I would love to get their stock, by the way. Keep in mind that once we get the S-stock, does that mean that we immediately need to change to the S-stock? Maybe not. We will probably need to replace the Alucard sword with the S-stock, because I think the S-stock is strong enough. because if I equip the S-Stock or the Claymore, then I also know that we're done with grinding beats specifically, because I know they drop the S-Stock or the Claymore and stuff there. So I know that if I have a Claymore in my inventory and I'm in this place, I know that I've gotten the drop. And then I know that we still need to kill the... Wait, have I taken that much damage really? I think there's something else that deals that much damage, or it's just, you know... Yeah, this is a bit scary. Because I mean, we're taking a lot more damage than I would expect, and yes, you could just do the teleport slash over and over and just kill one of the guys instead of killing them both and stuff like that. So we can just do this over and over again, and it will be like really cheap to do. Oh wow, another Axlord shield. I mean, it is silly. Just double checking so that we haven't gotten the S-Stock by mistake now. Yeah, this is a bit annoying. Okay, so actually let's that's the purple lord. I wanna avoid that. Oh shit, man, this is the sandwich situation, that's not good. Let's actually go and get this now. Because I don't want to make another part, by the way. We're just going to continue on until the timer runs out, basically, pretty much. And we're going to now... We did grind them for a while, the Valhalla Riders. Now let's just grind these. Because all of these have drops here. And I don't think the hole has a drop, by the way. So yeah, so if your DPS is not high enough there, then, you know, then this guy can deal a lot of damage. Now I don't know how often he drops the stuff though. So yeah. And no, I won't do any like grinding like off screen and stuff that. Even though that would be nice to do and stuff that, so it's just, you know. And I'm pretty certain that he can drop an armor. He can, I'm 100% certain that he drops an armor and also a weapon. It might be that he drops a cutlass, or maybe he drops a saber. Or we might make an extra recording. I mean, why not? You know, and then it would just be the grind recording that would be a lot shorter, the second part of this night challenge. And stuff that, you know. But that depends, right? Because if we get the drop here, then I will be used to satisfied with going saving and stuff that. But if we don't get the drop, now of course if we get the drop within the first 5 minutes, then we'll be just going around the Valhalla Nights. Okay. Yeah, so we need to get the drop right now and stuff that, like, I don't know how high the chance is for the Valhalla Knights to give the drops. So that, but sometimes it's also hard to tell if you've gotten the drop or not. But anyway, I'll see you in the next part.